So considering you're here, you probably have a couple questions you need answered really fast. 1. What is Log4J? 2. Is it that bad? 3. How does it affect me? 4. What can I do about it? Log4j is a library used for, as it sounds, logging in a wide range of Java server and applications. This includes services from Amazon, Twitter, Steam, and Cloudflare, so it's having large sweeping effects across the entire industry. Now, is it serious? Yes. Taking a look at the National Vulnerability Database, we can learn a little bit more about this particular vulnerability. The Common Vulnerability Scoring System, or CVSS, has given this a base score of 10. That's the highest level vulnerability score that can be received. This is a critical level threat. Taking a look at the vector, we can see a little bit more of why this particular vulnerability is nasty. The attack vector is network, meaning the attacker does not have to gain physical access to the system in order to execute this vulnerability. The attack complexity is low, meaning that it does not require a lot of skills or knowledge in order to execute this vulnerability. The privileges required are none, meaning the attacker does not have to gain any additional privileges on the target system in order to execute this vulnerability. User interaction is none as well, meaning no interaction by the user, such as opening a mail attachment or clicking on an exe, is required for this vulnerability to work. Scope is changed, meaning that the vulnerability can affect resources beyond the security scope managed by the security authority of the vulnerability component. And last, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability are all highly affected by this vulnerability, meaning the confidentiality of the system, the integrity of the data on the system, and the availability of the system and its resources are highly affected by this vulnerability. So the next question is likely, well, does it affect me? Maybe, maybe not. Most users likely don't have a server sitting at home that they have to worry about. However, many of you may have IoT devices such as home security systems, smart thermostats, and various other items that could be hooked up around the house. The best thing you could do with these is update them as soon as possible. If no update is available, then try and keep on a lookout for an update from the manufacturers and update as soon as possible. For those people who may work at organizations and companies that are vulnerable, or for those power users who may have servers at home, there are some steps that you can take to remediate that helps mitigate this vulnerability, and that'll be at the links down in the description. Try and remember that this vulnerability is still fairly new. It was just reported on Friday, and a lot of security professionals are still trying to see the extent of the damage it can do. So, if you're concerned, just remember, keep your ear to the ground and continue to check back at news sites like this to get the most updated information. And as usual, don't sweat the tech.